Hello everyone, and welcome back for the third episode of Lord of the Ring Rise to War tier list for Commander after 1 year of the game. So again, little context here. The game changed. The first season that we had, some champion were great, some commander were like listed high in the tier list. I recall people like praising Arwen and some other commander, but the meta kind of changed, and now you have like some commander that were very strong in season 1 that are actually left in the dust nowadays. So we're going to get these commander and just look all around of what's working now and how things are going. Sorry. So first of all, we got tier 2. And Aragorn is actually a solid DPS, but like not a crazy strong DPS. So he's going to be classes as B. So not bad, not incredibly good, but I've seen him doing solid job. I don't see him quite as often as I used to. Like season 2 and 3 were kind of his like highlight, mostly because he is the commander that you get for $1 when you start the game. So a lot of people add him. They were using him a lot, and now like they got better commanders, so that's why it's falling behind. Speaking of Arwen, we have her right here, and she's also going to be B tier. She's one of the strongest healer in the game. So if you want to start like your season with her, she's gonna like protect your troop, and you're gonna have as well, you're not going to get as much losses as you could because she's going to heal your troop, but she's also able to do some focus damage, kind of like a tiny Galadriel, which makes sense because she's her granddaughter, but still B tier, not used as much. I see her like once in a while, but it's very rare. Then next up we got Balin, which is going to be right in between Aragorn and Arwen. Balin is he's a DPS. Like you build him with dwarves and you let him do the damage. There are some better DPS commanders, so that's why I'm not like giving him like a higher rank. And again, I've seen him like just a few times. I've seen him once this season, and unfortunately he lost against me. So yeah, B tier, decent damage, but not like in the best. Next up we got Killerborn, which will be C tier for multiple reasons. Actually, first of all, it would be D tier if it was not for the fact that his special weapon is great, and that if you get March Warden, if you play Lothlorien actually, makes him actually quite decent. But it is so specific where you need him to be in Lothlorien to have the March Warden, and you also need to have him respect 16 for the build to be complete. Like I can't see him going anywhere else but C tier. So it could go up B tier if you have the 16 level, as well as playing Lothlorien. But he's like a very specific commander, and again, not a champion you will see often. So that's why he is C tier. Next up, Denethor. Alright, so well, the lowest tier is D. I would put him further down. There's nothing to do with the guy. Multiple people that actually helped me do this list actually tried to make him work, and they never were able to do so. And with reason. I unlocked him like maybe a few months ago, and I kept reading the skills and what he can do, and honestly there's like nothing you can do with him. It's just terrible character. Then Elladan. So Elladan's going to be B tier. At the end of the B tier. Like, he's not terrible. He's able to do some damage by himself, but that's about it. Like, there's a lot of better option for you to get if you want like a DPS commander on the tier 2 or like on the good side period. So that's why he's on the right over here. And his brother, Elro here, is going to be C tier. He's buffing troops, but again, not quite enough for it to be good enough to go higher in the tier list. Then we got Eomer, which is going to be first place B tier. Eomer is able to do a lot of DPS, mostly with cavalry and some speed related items. So he's going to be able to do some good stuff. His item is quite okay as well, so that's why he's B tier. Yeah, but honestly, if you have the intel from him, I would rather go and give them to Theoden, and you're gonna see why later on. But if you get the letter, I mean, it's very playable, if I can say so. Falcon, my boy. Falcon is A tier, and just strictly because of how he's able to buff the dwarves, reduce all the damage. The guy is not going to like win straight away, but he's going to be blocking some commander that are super meta. So actually I can speak by myself with some example. So I play Falcon, and every time I have like a Theoden crashing into me, my dwarves are so thick. Like I barely lose anything, and in exchange the opponent actually lose more troop than I. It's always a draw, but I win the draw because I don't lose troops. Also, multiple ways to build him. You can build him with 3 units. You can build him himself DPS, healing. Like you can start the game with him with the heal. So he's great all around. So A tier. Also, his item, great item. Next up, we got Frodo. I actually only have his face, but Frodo and Sam is going to be C tier. And I know I hear you at home. Why is Frodo C tier? Like he should be, like he's even worse than Denethor. He actually is. But there's a single thing you can do with Frodo which give him the little boost to C tier, where his Respect 5 actually gives madness to all the troops on the enemy commander. So you can actually send him with almost no troop. He's going to lose, but sometimes you can make the other commander lose like quite a lot of troops for what he's able to do and the level he is. So just for this little trick, he gets the C ranking next to Killerborn. Oh, and then we got Gimli, which going to take the current top at A tier. Solid DPS. Like that's all he does, DPS, but he's actually able to do it great. The Balin axe is also great, which is his personal item. Respect 10 items is also like a great item, so that's why he's tier A right here. Gandalf the Grey. Yeah, Gandalf, as you could expect. You've probably seen him a lot. It has been in the meta since the beginning of the game, and it's still going strong. His item, like Respect 10 item, not so great, but the character itself is able to counter so many character in the meta. Healing's good, stun is good. You got Convener, so you can make your troop attack twice, and you also got White Conceal if you need it, where you reduce the fire, poison damage, focus damage. So the commander itself is just great all around, and he's very, very useful pretty much the whole season. And yeah, he always do draw on some high tiles, but doesn't lose a troop. He's good for Art of a Hero, where you can just send him on Balrog, spiders, whatever, dragon, and he's just going to do everything the right way. So S tier for Gandalf the Grey. And then we got Imrahil, which might be controversial, but again, this list has been done with some of my like close friend in the game. And unfortunately, so far, even with Swan Knight, Cataphract, and everything, we were not able to make him work. His item, Respect 10, is actually quite good. But yeah, so far, unless you actually give me a build and some example on like how to make it work, so far we never found a way to make it work. So that's why it's like bottom of the row, C tier. But I would really like to see him like be pushed to B tier somehow. Yeah, maybe equipment or something. Like if you got anything, send me reports, send me pictures, like show me like a good report with Emerald, and we're gonna talk about it. But so far nothing has worked with him, so that's why we decided to put him C tier. And everyone's favorite elves, Legolas, is going to be in between two dwarves, which is very fitting. Some dwarf friends gets dwarves on both sides. Yeah, Legolas, great DPS. A little bit under Gimli on the damage output, so that's why he's like a little bit under Gimli. But again, Respect 10 weapon, great one too. Can attack twice, do more damage when you attack, has a 50% chance. Has a rush ability doing poison, so all around, very strong commander for DPS. Played it 2 seasons ago and was getting very good result, even though I was under leveled. So guys, great DPS, A tier for sure. And last but not least, we got Tirin, which it's very close to Gandalf the Grey, but because I see him more often and there's more unit, like a mounted unit that could actually be used on him. The Respect 10 weapon, also great one. The guy is just crazy good. I see a lot of people not building him correctly, but aside from that, the guy is crazy good. Boost the cavalry to like an extent where no other actually character or whatever commander can do, as well as healing, removing debuff, and boosting their attack. So all around crazy strong character, and very into the meta. So Theoden taking the first place here as S tier. And on that, it is what it is. Tier 2 commander after 1 year of Lord of the Ring Rise to War. Let me know, comment if you have some suggestion, if you want to like change something in the list. I know this one is a little bit bigger than the other one, because, well, there's more commander than the tier 1. But yeah, if you start the game and you're looking on which commander you want to use, there you go. This is the current meta right now, and it gives you like a pretty good idea on what to do. Don't forget, like the video, subscribe if you want to see more of it, and I will see you on the next one. Ciao for now.